Have you ever felt like no matter how much you earn, there's nothing left to save at the end of the month? Or even when you have money, it's just not enough to do the things you really want? So, where does the money go? And why is it so hard to hold on to it? The truth is, whether we're making $500 or $50,000 a month, one thing never changes. If we don't know how to manage our money, it will always find a way to slip away. That's why, in this video, we're going to revisit one of the simplest yet most timeless methods ever taught, a method shared by one of the greatest teachers of all time, Jim Rohn. The 70-10-10-10 rule. 1. 70% expenses. Jim Rohn's first principle is, never spend more than 70 cents for every dollar you earn. This 70% includes everything you need to maintain your current lifestyle: housing, food, transportation, bills, and the basic necessities that keep your life running. This is your foundation. And if you can live on less than that, say 65% or even 60%, even better. However, the problem most people face is letting this number quietly expand. When they get a raise, suddenly 70% becomes 80%. When they receive a bonus, it jumps to 90%, until there's nothing left to save or invest. Jim Rohn warned, if you spend all your money, you'll always be at square one no matter how much you make. 2. 10%. Breaking the scarcity mindset. Now, let's talk about the first 10%, and this one might surprise you. It's about charity. Many people, when they hear this, might think, I don't even have enough for myself. How can I give? But this isn't just about generosity. It's a powerful lesson in mindset. People who live with an abundance mindset give because they believe they can always create more. To them, money is a flow, not a stagnant pool. On the other hand, those who live with a scarcity mindset hold on to what they have out of fear of loss. They see the world as a limited pie, and if someone else gets a bigger slice, their portion becomes smaller. Giving 10% of your income, even if it's a small amount, is a mental exercise. And that abundance mindset attracts more opportunities, creativity, and peace into your life. You can't feel scarce and still give generously. This action forces you to choose abundance. 3. 10%. Active capital. The next 10% is the most dynamic part of your plan. Jim Rohn calls this active capital. This is the investment in the most important money-making machine you own, you. Use it to improve your skills, buy better tools, or build something that can generate income. If you're a freelancer, use it to upgrade your computer, camera, or learn a new skill like graphic design or copywriting. If you're an office worker, invest in a certification course, attend a professional seminar, or learn a new language that could help you advance. Jim Rohn famously said, "Profits are better than wages. Wages make you a living. Profits make you a fortune. Wages are when you sell your time. Profits are when you sell the results of a system, a skill, or a product you own. When used wisely, this 10% becomes the bridge between your current income and your true earning potential. It transforms you from just an employee into the entrepreneur of your own career." 4. 10%. Passive capital. And finally, the last 10%. Jim Rohn said, let others use your money. This is the purpose of passive capital, to get your money working, even while you're sleeping. You can use this 10% for savings accounts or long-term investments that provide steady returns, stocks, ETFs, bonds, or real estate that have the potential to appreciate in value or pay dividends, small business partnerships, or lending opportunities. The goal here isn't to get rich overnight. The goal is to create a system, a financial machine, working quietly for you over the next 10, 20, or 30 years. Consider this example. If you invest $100 a month for 20 years, at a modest return of 8% per year, you will have over $55,000. The total amount you contributed is only $24,000. The rest, over $31,000, comes from the power of compound interest, which Albert Einstein called the eighth wonder of the world. With this 10%, you're not just changing how you manage money, you're completely changing your role in the economy. From being a consumer, you become an investor. From being a borrower, you become a lender. This is a lesson Jim Rohn painstakingly learned, and he considered it the first and most important step towards achieving financial freedom. But I can't even live on 100% of my income. Of course, Jim Rohn understood that not everyone can start with the 70-10-10-10 ratio. If you're drowning in debt or your income is just enough to get by, this formula may seem impossible. So, he came up with a solution. Start with the 97-1-1-1 ratio. Yes, that's right. 97% for expenses, 1% for charity, 1% for active capital, and 1% for passive capital. Even saving just $10 from a $1,000 income is already reprogramming your mind. Starting with 1% may seem insignificant, but it builds a habit, and once that habit is formed, increasing it to 2%, then 5%, and eventually 10% will become much easier. Don't underestimate the power of small beginnings. Every journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. The real secret. And this brings us to the real secret behind all these numbers. The secret isn't in the percentages, it's in a deeper philosophy. Jim Rohn once said, "If you work hard for your job, you'll make a living. If you work hard for yourself, you'll make a fortune." He himself shared that he once worked tirelessly every day and still ended up with nothing because all his efforts were poured into his job, not into his personal growth. The moment he started investing in his communication skills, mindset, and financial knowledge, he became a millionaire at the age of 31. Do you see the connection? The active capital and passive capital are the clearest examples of this principle. 10%. Active capital is not just money, it's investing in your skills and value in the marketplace. 10%. Passive capital is not just money, it's investing in your future and your freedom. So what does this look like in practice? It means turning off Netflix and reading a book on finance. It means joining an investment community to learn from others. It means spending your weekends developing a new skill that could double your income. It means building yourself into someone capable of managing a fortune before you even have one. Many of us are taught that financial freedom is something far off, a goal that can only be achieved at 60 after decades of hard work. But Jim Rohn believed that 20 years is enough if you start now and stick with the 70-10-10-10 system. The question isn't whether this system works. History has proven it does. The question is, will you stick with it? And if you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more lessons from some of the smartest minds in the world.